Kia ora, a fine start today across those northern parts of the country. A satellite picture showing plenty of clear sky across Northland, Auckland and the Bay of Plenty. We've got more showers though still set to spring up across the Southland as we head through the afternoon, particularly those higher parts of the Southern Alps and up in towards the higher parts of Nelson and Marlborough. But as we head in towards the evening, we'll find those showers that start to die away. Another cluster of showers up across the Bay of Plenty, moving offshore as we head through the night time. And for many of us, overnight, things are looking relatively dry. Those showers should ease away. High pressure builds across the country. We're still going to be contending with a fair bit of cloud, and that cloud may be thick enough to bring a few spots of drizzle in towards parts of Canterbury. But for many of us, it's a dry night. A cold night, though. Look at these temperatures down south, back to 1 degree Celsius for Invercargill, and overnight lows of 3 or so. So a chilly start today, first thing, on Friday. But for many of us, Friday is a dry looking day. We've got this onshore breeze just on that eastern side of the high pressure, keeping more cloud through parts of Canterbury, Wairarapa and up in towards Hawke's Bay. But really, there's plenty of dry weather in store and plenty of sunshine as well. Now, as we go through in towards the morning, you can see a good looking morning through parts of Waikato up in towards Auckland. We will find a few showers still with us, and I think we might find one or two pushing towards the hills and ranges of the Gisborne, Tairafti area. But most of those will be fairly light and they'll fade away through the daytime. We'll find another cluster of showers forming up across that northern and western part of the North Island. Some of those could be fairly heavy around parts of Northern, so worth keeping an eye on the radar charts through the day. But for most of the North Island, it looks like a pretty decent story from, say, Auckland right the way down towards Wellington. Some nice clear skies and not a bad end to the week at all. And in terms of our temperatures, highs back to 20 degrees Celsius for parts of, say, Auckland and Waikato. As we head down towards the Southland, again, there's plenty of dry weather in store. Nice spells of sunshine from, say, Nelson down that western coast and in towards the far south. You'll notice, though, there's more cloud around this eastern coast, at least to start the day, and might find a few spots of drizzle there, but that'll clear up quite nicely. As we head through in towards the afternoon, there's not an awful lot of change. We'll find a little bit more cloud bubbling up and away as we head through the daytime. But again, there's plenty of dry weather, and temperature-wise, we're back up to highs around about 17 degrees Celsius down that far western coast, back to 21 or so for Queenstown, a fine-looking day. But you'll notice again, it's another clear and cold night as we head through towards, let's say, Saturday morning, back down to lows of 3 or 4 degrees Celsius across parts of Southland and central Otago. So a chilly old start to the weekend. But for many of us, Saturday is looking like a pretty decent day. That high pressure still very much in control. And for the bulk of New Zealand, it's a dry story as well. A touch more cloud around that eastern coast of the North Island to start the day. That'll clear away. And we're generally looking at a fairly settled story. A great looking start to the weekend. An odd shower perhaps around those more northern parts. But for most of us, dry, fine, a bit of cloud bubbling up and returning towards that western coast later on. On in towards Sunday, we have that area of high pressure still close by. It starts to squeeze up towards the North Island. That next front running towards the far south, bringing some wetter weather towards Fiordland, some strengthening winds later in the day. But for the North Island and for most of the south, generally the weekend is looking pretty decent. And that's it from me. This is from metservice.com.